There you go.
Welcome to the show. Myles came through.
Breaking news, eh? Wow.
He knows.
Was it ever in any doubt? Was it ever in any doubt? Was it ever in any doubt? No, just the night time.
It certainly sounded like everybody was dug in pretty deep, and over the last couple of days, huge changes were made.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
Well, I think. Do you not think that the Max Crosby contract might have fast forwarded things here just a little bit? Started a snowball effect.
Yeah, I definitely think it did. And, I mean, Myles had his agent reach out to Andrew Barry this past Friday and said, more or less, what do we got going on here? And Andrew Barry just kept saying, we're not going to trade. So Myles decided at that point in time, you know what? Let's stay here. Let's get a deal done. And the sooner we get this deal done, the sooner I can help recruit free agents. And so they got this deal together pretty quick, actually. And we saw it come out today. It's a 4-year extension. So he'll be signed to 2030, next 6 years. And
extension on the 2.
Yes, extension on the 2.
Yep.
Correct.
Wow.
So it is 6. So it's club options for 29 and clubs options for 2029, 2030 are the club options.
That's it. That's his career there.
Correct.
That is his
He's
career right
going to be playing at Brook Park. He's going to be coming to London. Yes, as a Brown. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll get we'll get updates on the exact numbers in a couple of days on how it all falls. But what's being reported right now is over 88 million fully guaranteed, 123 million for an injury guarantee. It's going to average 40 million a year, and he's supposed to get 100 million in the next 3 seasons, guaranteed. So we'll see how it all falls out.
That's very similar to the Crosby contract. Very similar.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, very similar figures.
The cap hit for this year was 19.7. It's going to go up a little bit, 3-4 million, but nothing significant that's going to stop. In fact, what it probably did is it accelerated their aggressiveness going into tomorrow. We're already seeing contracts and people get signed already. So leaks are already starting to happen. Devontae Adams just is going to sign with the Rams, and linebacker.
This is new. This is new.
This is new just in the last 10 minutes. Devontae Adams is going to the Rams, and a linebacker, Landry, I think, that played with the Titans, is going to meet back up with Vrabel in New England, up by me. And so we're starting to get the leaks on what's going to be announced tomorrow. So,
wow!
Now
the
I think
snowball
effect.
Devontae, I think, was 2 years, 46 million or something to that effect. But I'd have to look it back up. But free agency starting tomorrow, and if the leaks are coming out now, so. Like I said, I think it'll accelerate the Browns' aggressiveness having Myles done.
Completely agree. Yeah. Stay tuned. This is work in progress. Wow.
They don't.
I like the fact that was it his agent or whoever it was that came out and said that Myles will now be fully active and helping out getting top draw free agents into the Browns organization. It's like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. That's big. That's very big. It's not just Myles, it's everything else that he could bring with him.
Yeah.
Correct.
Wow. So we could be in a good position come draft day. Very good.
We absolutely we should be. Absolutely should be.
Wow. So what do we do? Come on, everybody's talking about it. What do we do at number 2? What do we do now at number 2? You know, I was all in on Carter. Now, that does that picture change? Does that mean we're probably going quarterback soon?
I still think it depends on what veteran quarterback we get for free agency. If we get somebody that is going to be a starter, whether that's Kirk Cousins if Atlanta lets him go, if it's somebody like that, I think it keeps our options open at 2.
What are our options there then at QB? What's the options for the veterans at QB? What's our options?
You get
Outside of
Cousins if
Cousins.
Atlanta lets him go, Darnold if they're going to get powerfully aggressive. I think that starts to get a little too much money, but if they have
And Fields, no, that's too much.
I don't think Fields matches the offense, and I think Stefanski wants his offense, his quarterback. He was going to call the plays again, so that's who I don't think Fields.
How about I've got I'm going to say it. No, not Aaron. Aaron, no, I'm not going to say Aaron. That's not going to happen. It's not.
No.
Don't you dare.
Joe Flacco?
Don't
How
you
about
dare.
Joe Flack? How about the Flack?
Joe
Flacco,
Flacco could come back.
Bring the
That-
Flack
I
back.
was saying Cousins or Flacco.
No?
Again, I think it's somebody that matches and knows the offense. And I know
Right.
you just said no Aaron Rodgers. I don't think so either, but he knows the offense. It's the same offense. So we'll see. That's who you got.
Oh, damn, too
No
much.
Aaron.
No.
He's too much of a creep, Madonna. I can't.
Well,
So do you go and chase Shadur or Cameron Ward at 2, or do you just rest it, take the best available at 2, and then just draft get a rookie quarterback in the second round? Do you go top heavy on it? I don't know. It's your opinion.
My opinion, like I said, I want to see who they sign first. But if it's not so much the starter free agent, then I think they go quarterback. And I'm keeping an eye on the Giants because the Giants have talked to Aaron Rodgers. And if Aaron Rodgers doesn't go to the Giants, I think the Giants
Can you imagine that? Oh my God!
Yeah, no, I think
there's going to be civil war in New York if that happens.
I know. I can't imagine.
I know.
Want to stay in
You can't jump from one to the other. No.
But if they don't get him, I think they're going to trade with Tennessee to get the number 1 pick and get Cam Ward. So really, it leaves Shador available at 2. I mean, the report the other day was what the Titans are asking for at the first pick is almost way too much, and the Browns haven't talked about trading the number 2 pick.
No.
So that's what I saw.
No, they haven't.
Wow. Wow. Interesting times. Now, how long is it till the draft? It's what
April 24th. So
6 weeks, 5 weeks, maybe. Oof.
Yeah, about
free
6
agent
weeks.
door opens on. Oh my goodness.
So again, we'll see how tomorrow goes and what the plans look like.
Hey, still there?
You froze.
Yeah, I think we're freezing up there a little bit, but
Well,
we need to warm it up.
We had a blip.
Warm it up, Pete.
Yeah. Warm it up, yay! We had a blip.
So, and then we'll see tomorrow. It all starts. So just keep waiting. Sorry, I keep glancing over at my phone. It keeps blowing up for stuff. So we'll see what happens. But
Don with his, the Don with his finger on the pulse, like it. Here you go.
At the phone won't stop going off now for till July. So,
Oh, I know
Yeah,
that's
kidding.
right.
So what? So I'd say skills, Kim. What did you want to tell us? There was something you wanted to
Oh,
tell us.
this whole thing with Chubb. I was listening to 92 The Fan on my way to work. I
Mhm.
do believe it was Monday. No, it was a Monday or Thursday. I don't remember which day it was because I've worked all week. But there was a caller that called
Mhm.
in and kind of like I was like, oh my God, he just said everything that I've been thinking. With this whole they want to just
Mhm.
get rid of Chubb. I get it, it's business, okay? Everybody, it happens to everybody. But my thing is, they're wanting to get rid of him because of the injuries. The guy said, and I quote, how many times was it shoved down our fans' throats to give Watson a chance? He's coming back from injury. He's shaking off the rust. He's doing this. He's doing that. Give him time. Give him leeway. He's going to show his worth. And he never did. And then Chubb gets hurt twice. And it's sayonara. It's
Mhm.
like done deal. But how many chances did Watson get? And
I
Watson didn't
understand.
even prove
Yeah.
that he wanted to be here.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Chubb
money
does.
on the line. A lot of money on the line there, wasn't there? That's why.
there
But
is
yeah,
a,
but the guy hit the nail on the head. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, you're already chalking him up. And it's like, the guy is heart and soul. He is like the Jose Ramirez of the Cleveland
Oh,
Browns. He wants to fight and stay here.
yeah. Completely
And
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're
Chubb
going to
wants
kick
to
him in the
stay and wants to retire a Brown. He's come out and said that. It's like
exactly, and you're going to kick him in the ass. And you gave
no.
Watson how many chances? And I get it because Watson had a $230 million contract, but the fact of the matter is, we were always white. We were being gaslit. They were gaslighting it. Like,
Running
oh,
backs
give him a chance.
don't get.
It's not fair. It to me, it's not fair,
Right.
and it's kicking the gonads. It really and truly is. And if I was Chubb, man, I would be like, you know what? If that's the way you feel, then here's my butt and kiss it. I mean, serious. He and you know how I would be, because I do
I know
it.
exactly how you would be.
I'm the one that wanted to get a Chief Wahoo tattoo on my ass and tell people to kiss it. Kiss my Wahoo. So, but I mean, it's just give him a chance. See how he's going to
I think
be.
Chubb's going to stay. There's
So-
no.
So how about I explain to you how he's going to stay
Yeah.
and how they are going to give him a chance. So under the collective bargaining agreement, the NFL and the NFL Players Union put together veteran minimum contracts, veteran minimum offers. So, for instance, if Kirk Cousins becomes available, the NFL wants to keep those players in the league, so there's an incentive to sign veteran players.
Right.
So Kirk Cousins can be signed at a veteran minimum, and over 7 years is $1.255 million. And then there's a specific signing bonus with that. And then the team actually saves $225,000 off of that money for the cap. So the minimum contract plus the signing bonus, the team actually gets a savings on the salary cap. You could do, I believe, 4 players on a veteran minimum contract. So there's incentive to sign a veteran, and so the team saves a little bit of money against the cap doing it, and it keeps those veterans in the league.
Yep.
So
Okay,
doing
that
some
makes-
digging, they have what's called a 4-year qualifying offer to these veteran minimum contracts. So like Cousins has been playing with a couple of different teams. Chubb has only played for the Browns. So he's been on the Browns the last 4 years, active roster or IR, can't bounce back and forth from the practice squad. The qualifying offer is you're 4 years on the same team. and you've been on the active roster. You can get a veteran minimum offer at that point. Then there's a 1.45 million bonus on top of it. So the veteran minimum is a little less because it's 4 to 7 years. Then the 1.45 billion or million, not billion, 1.45 million on top of, and then the signing bonus. It's going to be, I think, about a $2.7 million contract. And the incentive for the team when they offer that is that 1.45 million bonus doesn't account against the cap. And in order to offer that, Chubb has to be a free agent. So if another team is willing to take a little bit of a risk, unfortunately, not Chubb the person, but Chubb NFL player is a little bit of a risk for people to sign with those injuries he's had. Unfortunately, it is, because we all love him. We want him to stay in Cleveland, but there's an injury risk to sign him. So if another team does want to offer more than that, will he entertain that offer? I don't know, but that is where once he becomes a free agent, the Browns can offer him that 4-year qualifying offer. And like I said, it's about 2.7 million total, but they save the 1.45 against the cap. And then it's a 1 year, prove the knees are good. You know, and we'll see what happens in 2026.
If it's a question of a mil or under a mil, then there's no doubt that Chubb's going to stay at Brown. What?
Completely agree.
You know what the man, the person, his psyche, his absolute. He's a Brown, and he's already said. I don't think it's a question of $750,000. You can get better a deal over there. You can get another $1 million if you played there. He'd stay at Brown. I'm absolutely convinced of that. Convinced.
Yeah, and I just looked it up. It's about 2.6 million that he would get offered, and the plus a signing bonus of 150,000, and the cap hit the Browns would accrue only 1.4 million. So that's that part of that CBA. But in order for that to happen, he has to be a free agent. So I think that's part of the reason. If that's what the offer is going to be, that's why the Browns are going to have him become a free agent to place that offer.
Oh, okay. So all right.
We're still not talking silly money, are we? You know?
No. And I mean, I don't think Chubb is going to get offered silly money from anybody. I don't see anybody offering him 7, 8, $9 million a year, just based off of the injuries. Unfortunately, injuries aside, he'd get a Barkley contract, no doubt about it. But with the injuries, it's a risk. So
well, talking about injuries and injury money, shouldn't we be talking about Watson? If he doesn't play a single down for us next year, I'm hearing we can recoup 40 plus million on the insurance. Is that right?
No, I said that before.
It's not against the cap. It's a recoup of.
No, the insurance. I said that before when he re-injured himself. I says we can cap in 44 mil from him on the insurance.
So
that's not to sneeze at.
Yeah, we're waiting on. I mean, the Browns obviously know the official number, but they had money for last year's injury, and so I think they get 8.2 million off of the cap for this year for last year's. And if he doesn't play at all in 2025, it's $44.3 million.
Yeah.
And they just did the restructure on him to save $35 million on the cap this year. So it pushes his cap hit to $81 million next year. Thought process is they're going to restructure him again next year, and then 2027 is when things will, however they decide to release him, be a whole show trying to explain how that would all work. But at the end of the day, they may not even have to restructure him next year, taking the 44.3 million, and that would just make 2027 that much easier. But we'll see when that gets here. But yeah, that's big money.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So it's not all gloom and doom.
No, actually, I mean that gives them the ability to also again be aggressive this off season, based on where the salary cap will projectively jump because it just keeps going up ridiculous amounts of money every season, and knowing they have that 44 coming back if he doesn't play this year.
No, well, yeah. I've heard that Andrew Berry works his business system on the fact that the cap's going to be 112% it's going to be 112% every year, so he can factor that in. It's not going down, is it? It's always going to be going up. So
right. Yep. They spend their
eye-watering money deals for. I mean, Barkley, for instance, as a running back. I mean, honestly, this is bucking the trend because the running backs are kind of like they've been seen as like the guys that are not going to be earning the big money, and then these contracts are just wow. But they're backed up on the fact that the salary cap is going up and up and up. Well, what are we now to? What's the cap at the moment? Two. Am I wrong in saying 230? Something like that.
The cap is going to what 279.2 million for
280 nearly.
Yeah, nearly 280.
Next year it'll be
That's what
over
I saw too.
100, and so on. Wow, I'm stuck in the old days. You see, I'm still in the 230s.
That was 2 years ago. I think last year was like
oh, goodness me. I remember when Tom Brady represented about 30 to 35% of the Patriots cap, and everybody's going, "No, you can't have that for one player." And that was
right.
That was back when it was 180.
And then the Browns were like, "Hold my beer."
Yeah.
Well, that's
pretty much.
With how they've restructured Watson, it's exactly for what you just said, Pete. The restructure, instead of Watson being 25 to 30% of the cap every year, the restructure has lowered him. The first year it was only like 7%, then it was a little over 10%, and so in 2027, if they want to release him next year and take that $90 million dead cap hit in 2027, it's about 30% of what the projected cap would be at that point in time. So instead of having that percentage hit year on year on year, they've restructured it out and then take 1 year of a dead cap hit that big. But they put a dummy year into his contract and not even have to do that. So.
Very good. Wow. It makes sense then, doesn't it? It's
right.
business.
It's They back to your 112% analogy, their contract spend is about 112 to 115% of the cap.
Yep.
And that's no reason that, and that's so he restructures everybody down to a base salary, rolls over as much cap into the next year so then you have 279 million this year was the salary cap, plus the rollover was their adjusted cap, and then he's going to spend 115% of 279 million to field the team.
We get at least 4 rookies in the top 100 in the draft now, and that's rookie money. I'm sorry to be horrible about this, but it's just like, wow, that's we've got to start looking about doing the draft show soon,
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
it'll be all about free agency till April 1st, and then all the teams kind of quiet off. You'll get a little bit of a murmur here or there, but they all quiet off and start building their draft boards. So the whole month of April is all about the draft.
Stay tuned. Yeah. Come on, we got our research to do now, folks.
We will. So
I don't play the mock draft game at all because it's complete. You know what? It's just.
It's not. It's yeah. It can be.
I don't do the mock drafts.
I don't. Yeah. It's
entertaining, but it's not like a serious thing.
No, I like, saying, okay, here's all our draft picks now, who we keep it, and cut it down like we did on our show, to our roster, pick and choose on what we got and see where it fits. I would much rather do it that way than to sit there and flip a coin and go, and then it doesn't happen that way.
But we could seriously be drafting another quarterback in the first round.
I'm hearing
it worked out too good in the past.
How about maybe a reunion with Zadarius Smith? Lions aren't going to keep him, so he's going to hit the free agent market.
We did. We traded him out for a fifth and a sixth or something, didn't we? Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
And the Lions dispensed with him after the season. Yeah. Now this is down to Myles. Myles.
Yeah, just
pick up your phone, bro.
Yeah, that was something else that dropped today that they weren't going to keep him. So he's hitting free agency.
Yeah. He's got a year. Myles is chasing the ring, man. That's what he said. He wants to stay with or play with a contender.
That's what he wants.
Wow. Now, so
he's like, move over. He's like, move over. Let me build this team. It's my turn. Yeah. I'm building.
I hope that's true. That's the one thing I'll take from this is the fact that he's staying. He's getting his money. Fine. Don't care about that. That's your prerogative. You are the best. You are one of our crown jewels. But now he's going to help us during free agency and the draft. So it's like,
If he didn't want to stay, he wouldn't have taken the money. He would have still wanted to go, or he would have sat his butt on the bench like everybody was saying he was going to do. If he was really that cold-hearted, he would have done that. And I think he did, what's his face that did at the beginning of the season when he held out and then showed up at training camp and started training until he got his contract, So it's a business aspect on Myles's part, and I'm glad that he took it. And, I'm just hoping that, we can get it. We can get him that ring, that they everything starts gelling together and we get that Canton. We get that ring.
Yep.
Like your talk.
I'm telling you, I'm pushing to touch them guns, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to suck up to Garrett. So I can
you just want to just go like this all over his chest.
Is there anything wrong with that? I just want to go.
No, there is not. I didn't say there was.
I want to, and maybe touch the hiney every now and then. I don't know.
Come here. Me, I love my team. And they just, what? This is supposed to be the off season. And they just give it.
No, there ain't no off season.
There are no. It is no off season. Every time I look at my computer and I turn it on and I have arm porn showing as my screensaver, it's like it's never off season.
Lots of So the Myles thing looks like it finally. That's it. No more drama. no more drama from 95. That's it.
Myles.
You know who he caused drama for? Cincinnati
Go
and
on.
Pittsburgh.
I was gonna
Cincinnati
say,
Yeah, no, that's the truth.
because
That's
TJ Watt's going to
Oh,
want signed.
now he's going to want his
Yeah.
40 million contract a
That's
year,
correct.
and the
Yep.
Steelers are going to say, "We don't play that game."
And
Man,
at the
That's true.
combine, the Bengals said
Very
that they
good
would make
point.
Jamar Chase the highest paid non-quarterback. So now Jamar Chase is going to want $40 million. So
Oh,
the Bengals got to dig in their pockets. Pittsburgh's got to dig in their pockets. And here's some more breaking
see what
information.
I
The
mean?
quarterback market
Jimmy
was just
has
set.
them, and he ain't as stupid as he looks, is he?
see,
He
it
done
was
this with the
all
Watson thing, and now
ploy.
Watson's not even in the top 10 of the quarterback contracts. Barely in the
Josh
top
Allen.
10.
It
Josh
was all a
Allen
Man.
ploy.
just
all a
Josh
ploy.
Allen just signed. Josh Allen just signed, just announced.
Go ahead.
6 years, $330 million. $250 million
Wow.
guaranteed. $20 million more than Deshaun, guaranteed. So there's
There
your
you go.
quarterback market.
Wow.
$55 million a year.
I'll use other words than wow as well. But we're not, you know,
Just
I'm not
signed.
dropping F-bombs
Just
anyway.
announced.
Wow. Hell. That's the market.
Well, let's hope he doesn't hurt his shoulder or his Achilles and goes
That's
drinking
the other
on
thing.
the yacht
Yeah.
with his
Well,
They've got
300
insurance
million.
policies. They, of course they have. But
Oh, they're gonna
wow.
have to take him out with the Lloyds of London, man, and be like, you got to insure this guy.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. The one thing that Andrew Berry has always been good about is getting the player signed a little sooner, because what would
Mhm.
Myles' deal have been if it would have come after TJ Watt? So when he signed
yeah.
Watson to that contract and everybody was in an uproar, Pete just said it. How far down the line is Watson in the quarterback market now?
Mhm.
Now, and so it's just one of those things. The market's now set. If you want to sign a quarterback, it's $55 million. That's the market. If you want to sign a defensive end, it's $40 million. If you have, whether it's TJ Watt or whomever, there you go. Now the Browns set the bar there. The Bills just set the bar on the QB market. So
Why can't I picture Andrew Berry sitting down with Myles Garrett going, how can we fuck over the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals?
You
And
don't.
Garrett be like, here, hold
You
my
don't
beer.
think that was a conversation? Yeah, you're telling me that is.
They probably
definitely
sat there and drafted
something
this
that
whole
would have-
thing going, we're going to this all up.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, those are two franchises that don't really spend that exact same way.
No, they don't. No.
Now
We've got
the ownership
who's
has
the
never
guy who wants out
Steelers
of
never
the
spent that way.
Bengals? Who's the guy that wants? Is it Hendrickson? Is that right?
Yes.
He wants out. He wants out of the Bengals. Ooh, I tell you what, it's going to be a bad look at that.
Well, I mean they've signed, so they have Burrow. They now are going to have to pay Jamar Chase $40 million a year. They're trying to figure out how to pay T. Higgins, who's on the franchise tag, for $26 million. They're running out of, because they don't restructure.
And we're the ones with problems.
Yeah.
No, sir.
That's all they keep saying. The Browns have cap problems. Well, okay.
Not
When the
anymore.
Browns,
We're getting it. We're fixing it.
well,
Yeah, we
when they can do 3 restructures and add $30 million in cap by tomorrow. So
there you go. That's it. Completely.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Don, this is why I like talking to you, Don, because you put it into perspective. It's kind of
It all boils down to the cash. It all boils down to the cash.
Of course it does. It's and yes, business. That's what I say.
It always does. It's a business.
Yep.
It always does. It is a business.
Wow. Anything else?
Well, I want to go and just thank our audience for tuning in today. And, you know, we wouldn't be able to go ahead and do any of this without them.
No,
Absolutely.
thank you, Linda, for saying that. Yeah.
We owe everything. To
Anything
you
else
guys.
on your minds?
Well, we don't
Not
have to
yet.
worry
I don't wanna
about
go to work
the
tomorrow.
first
Couple days.
thing now, do we?
Let's not all talk at once now.
No.
I'm all of a sudden not feeling good. I think I'm gonna call and play hooky tomorrow from work after the
I would.
weekend from hell.
You got to do
I
what I
would.
did. Take the week off.
No, I can't. I
I
have
would.
Mexico and
Yeah,
London
go and study
planning.
free
I
agency
have.
market.
I take this week for vacation every
You gotta
year.
work and make that money.
That
Well, we
is
don't
true.
have
You
to-
got like 3,000 trips just to go to.
Who, me?
we don't have to.
I know my first one is
I'm
Disney,
happy
though,
now.
anyway.
I can rest easy. We don't have to worry about no June the 1st implications with the
Oh,
with
I
Miles
know.
anymore. That's it. It's done. So
No.
Yeah, I don't
he
have to worry
said
about my
he-
phone
he
blowing
said
up
he wanted
anymore.
to go and play for a contender. He's now signed a deal with us till 2030. According
Yes.
to Don, it's at 2030. So,
2030.
do you know? If that makes us a contender, damn, yes. He's going to be playing his football in Brook Park. That's another subject.
That is true. That's another
That is
subject
true.
for another day.
And Joel Bitonio as well. Come on, let's not forget. Big Joel, yes, coming back
Yes.
for another year. My man,
Yeah.
the bear wrestler. Yes.
Decided to come back. Yep.
These are all these are all big parts, you know, and Ward will come as well now, as you say. It's the Miles snowball effect is going to work in our favour.
Correct.
It's going to work in our favour now. So let's
Yep.
hope he draws in some good ass free agents. And
I just want to be a
now,
fly on
next
TJ
week-
Watt's wall.
on TJ, what's what? Is what?
I just want to be a fly on his wall and go.
Oh, his wall.
Just go.
I so hate him. I'm like, I'm